I felt just stunned, and thinking about all the years, 15 years plus, I'd spent working on European policy in the Foreign Office and in Number 10, and you kind of think, was all that worth it? So the morning after the Brexit vote, I was in Washington. We'd been advised by the government not to have any watch parties as you would traditionally have for a British election. So we just had a sort of small gathering in-house. And of course you were 5 hours behind then. We'd seen the exit poll and it was still quite early evening. And then the results started to come in. I think Sunderland was a very early result. I texted a friend of mine who is actually a senior pollster and said, this Sunderland result is really out of line. What does it mean? And he said, that's just an outlier. And so I waited a bit longer and some more results were coming in. And then my phone pinged and it was my pollster friend who said, I'm not so sure now anymore about what's going on. By then it was getting quite late in Washington. I went to bed and then I woke up about 4 a.m. and I went out to where my phone was charging. On the screen was the news that David Cameron had resigned, which both told me instantly what had happened to the poll result and was quite a shock. As far as the current state of the relationship between the UK and the EU is, I would say it's unnecessarily damaged and fractured, and there's a low level of trust, which is largely down to what we have done. There is a better relationship on offer than we negotiated in that rather thin deal that was signed. We need to get over a great deal of mistrust, particularly around the Northern Ireland Protocol, and resolve these concerns held not just in Brussels, but much more widely about whether the UK anymore stands up for implementing international agreements. What do the issues around the Northern Ireland Protocol mean for UK-US relations? I think especially under the Biden administration, they mean quite a lot. First of all, Biden has Irish ancestry. He was part of the Irish friendship group in Congress when he was in Congress, and he has good relations, I think, with the Irish government. So he's watching this very closely. Second, the Irish lobby are powerful at any time, but they're especially strong in the Democrat Party, and they're especially strong in the Northeast, big Irish population there. And of course, that's Biden's home ground. So even if Biden was inclined to make concessions to us or to support us on it, I don't think he is, then Nancy Pelosi has made it, who's the leader of the Democrats in the House of Representatives, has made it very clear that there is no potential, no possibility of a free trade deal between the US and the UK if we appear to be taking steps which are going to put the Good Friday Agreement at risk. I was in Washington when we had a 20th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, and you realize how much it matters to a lot of people over there. So we're being watched, and we need to show that, not just for US relations, but actually for our wider international reputation, that we stand up for international agreements and that we obey and implement those that we have signed, and that we care as much about the Good Friday Agreement, which the government professes to, as everyone else.